I'm gonna be completely real. When it came to the announcement of Kyle Busch racing for Richard Childress Racing, I thought it was a bad idea because, RCR, Richard Childress Racing is not as good as it used to be. They're still just around. Obviously, winning a few a couple races here and there, lucky. But they're just mainly around, just mid-pack. And I remember a few people saying, oh, this is actually a great thing and all that. And then we get to 2023, Kyle Busch wins 3 races. Honestly, I was like, okay, maybe this is not a bad thing after all. Maybe Kyle Busch can, help out and build Richard Childress Racing's Cup team back to where they were before. Then after Gateway, everything went to shit. And holy crap. Here's the thing, Kyle Busch is one of my favorite drivers, but this team is holding him back in my honest opinion. Not 100% the reason why Kyle Busch is struggling. The reason why Kyle Busch is struggling most of the time is because Richard Childress Racing is a terrible team. Still terrible. No improvement from the previous car, the Gen 6 and all that. Like RFK did. And the other times it's also because it's Kyle Busch at fault, whether it's him wrecking himself, him causing problems on track, whether it's his own fault or not. I'm kind of surprised that Kyle Busch racing in RCR, he's keeping it calm and collected. He's not losing his mind like he was back in the day. If I was Kyle Busch, I'd be just furious every week dealing with this shitty ass team. Honestly, this makes me miss the old Kyle Busch. The old Kyle Busch would be perfect with the way RCR is these days. They're so garbage. But don't get me wrong, I know he's 40 years old now. He's a family of 2 kids and a wife. He's getting older and, he's wiser basically. And just calm and collected these days, which is cool, good for Kyle. But at the same time, I can't imagine him dealing with a sorry-ass freaking team, which is very unfortunate. Well, as a motorsports fan like myself, it's good to see Kyle Busch running winless sprint cars, whether it's trying to race way into Chili Bowl, hopefully he does it again next year, or racing in USAC, or has he tried racing in a high-limit series? I don't think he has, I could be wrong. But I know he's done, the Chili Bowl week. I know he's done some USAC races as well. So I hope to see him racing in dirt more often. Hopefully, World of Outlaws or High Limit. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not expecting Kyle Busch to be, a championship contender these days. What I really want to see him is to just win the Daytona 500. Win a few races, but especially the Daytona 500. Then I feel like it'll be complete. But poor Kyle, he's going to deal with a shitty-ass team for another few years until he can race with Brexton. So I hope there's some improvements for RCR and Kyle Busch and Austin Dillon, Austin Dillon, yeah. But this team sucks, that's all I can say. At least Kyle Busch has sponsors so he can still keep racing Cup, but at what cost? I know he hasn't been good with the Gen 7. One of those drivers that struggles with Gen 7, but still, he deserves better than this. Either way, that's just what I think about Kyle Busch and RCR. That's just my opinion.